Ladies and gentlemen, in the name of conservation and helping their salmon population and their local world-class fishery and river recover from damage done by introduced invasive species of fish, the government of New Brunswick has decided to dump fluoride en masse directly into their river. There are many people out there who sincerely believe that fluoride is perfectly safe. It is perfectly safe not only to ingest, that's why they put it in a lot of North American water supplies and systems, but they also find it safe and perfectly fine and totally normal to be able to put it in on your teeth and in your mouth for toothpaste. If you believe that, my question is, why is it also known as rat poison? It's the most common poison used for rats across the entire world. Is literally the exact same fluoride formulation that we have in our toothpaste, and they put it in our water. If fluoride is so safe, why is it when people are directly dealing with it, including in this case pumping it directly into the river, do they wear hazmat suits? And I mean the full hazmat suit, like as if they're entering a radiation zone. To those of you who believe it's totally safe, why would that be? Just for shits and giggles, or because it just happened to be costume day at work? Or maybe it's to prove how safe and fine it is to be around and to put into your water supply, to drink, and to use a toothpaste, I suppose. Right? Because that would definitely prove it's very safe if they literally wear hazmat suits where they're dumping it. Also, moreover, think about it in this way. What you're doing, using it to mitigate and kill off a lot of those invasive species before they, quote unquote, get out of hand. Which literally means you're using it directly as a poison, meaning you're also directly and indirectly acknowledging it is literally poisonous. It is a toxic chemical. It is poisonous in its entirety because it kills. But no, it's totally safe. This will have a direct negative impact long term on literally everything, because it will negatively impact the salmon that they're supposedly trying to help with it. It'll negatively impact all other fish species, along with all other invertebrates and other life forms that literally live within the river, part or all full time. It'll directly negatively impact long term the wildlife that feeds on the fish and other things like invertebrates that live within the river, as well as drink from it and live along its banks. It'll also directly, therefore, negatively long-term impact the plant life, the flora within the river and its ecosystems along with surrounding it. And thus, as the direct result of all of the above, it'll directly long-term have a very negative impact on everyone who relies on this river, whether it's to recreate consistently, to fish and to catch and eat the fish out of it, to drink its water. Same with the animals that people are going to hunt in the environment and area, meaning that you are literally negatively impacting yourself, both current and especially future tense long term, very, very negatively by intentionally poisoning the water in an effort to supposedly not poison but actually help the other native fish species of the river that you're actively poisoning, to supposedly target just one fish, as if that's not going to negatively impact literally everything else in the river and everything else that literally lives off of it, drinks from it, eats from it, like, and swims in it. Like, hello? It's the most backwards, illogical, dumb shit you could possibly think of. And how do we know that this is factually correct, by the way? That they're actually actively dumping tons of fluoride directly into the Miramichi River in New Brunswick, Canada? Well, a local citizen just so happened to be walking up the middle of the river. Well, he was recording. Obviously, I'm sure because he was suspecting something was off. And so he went upriver, and there was a whole bunch of people. Police to act as the goons. And yeah, you literally see the people in the hazmat suits. So the people who are dumping actively hordes of fluoride directly into the river from tankers that they took out there are wearing hazmat suits. Now, what's most interesting that you're going to see here in this video clip, it's very long, so I'm not going to show all of it, but you'll be able to see who it is that posted it on Twitter, so that way you can actually watch it for yourself. I'll link it in the description below. The lead sheriff automatically recognizes and knows the guy who's filming. It says a hell of a lot, this interaction that it starts with between him and the guy filming, whose name is apparently Wayne.
Hey Wayne, how are you?
Gee, not you. Man, that breaks my heart.
I don't want to be here any more than you want me here.
Okay, what's going on?
They're doing their treatment today?
No, they're not. I'm going downstream of it. I'm going downstream. I don't care. Yes, probably is pretty dangerous, but we're going to turn that off. And if it's that dangerous, come on over. So,
So I love this guy's proactivity. And he's directly calling it out too, the bullshit of it all. Where if it's really so safe to be around, hey, come on over. If it's safe and it's not dangerous, come on. Come with me. Nobody's coming. Says a lot. But I just love his proactivity, where he just straight up says, very calmly, like, no, they're not. In other words, I'm turning it, I'm stopping it. And he literally just proactively goes, walks right up, he doesn't give a damn, literally says he doesn't give a damn, walks up, turns it off, detaches it, and then walks away. And I love that. That's fantastic. More people need to be willing to go that far and be still very, very calm and confident in themselves when doing it without giving a damn if they get in trouble for it or anything, because they know they're doing the right thing ultimately in the long run. And I love that.
I got the poison. Put it in your canoe. They just started it. I got it shut off in time. Don't breathe it in though, Pete. So, explain now what's going on.
We don't have anything to do with this treatment.
Why he's here?
We're just here to make sure they don't get hurt, these two people.
I'm not here to hurt them. I'm just not going to let them poison the lake.
I know, I met you with a dad. I don't think you're a bad person. That's the only reason I'm here, okay?
Okay, so, boys, we've literally got a ton of people on the way right now. So unless you do want a confrontation, like, man, I've got this going viral pretty much. I would say skedaddle. Ben, that's not a threat. I'm just telling you, I know how it works. Huh? No, I'm just telling you, if you don't want a confrontation, then it's best to leave, right? It's not a threat, it's just the way it is.
What's your intention, Wayne?
Not to let them poison.
I'm sitting here. What do you, okay. What do you want to do? I'm responsible for these two guys.
They're not getting hurt right now, are they?
No.
Okay.
That's my concern.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to be here. Where are you at, you and I?
Let's go down past them, Pete, and then they can't poison any further down. I know they don't, but I'm just saying, this way here, we're down past where yous are. I already see one dead fish right there.
The one thing I wish is that this was way higher quality video. But unfortunately, it's not really that high of quality. And I don't think I can go any, yeah, that's just playback speed. I can't go any higher, unfortunately.
Oh, there you go.
It also sure still looks like they already have another canister right there. In fact, they definitely do. You can actually see some stuff still in it on their canoe. So right here. Sorry, right here. So they have at least one more. It looks like two more that they can easily deploy. So yeah, my main thing I wanted to showcase is that, and then that they're in hazmat gear, because it exposes the direct contradiction of people like this. He probably believes fluoride isn't a poison and is good for your health. Exactly. And then this person right here specifically. First of all, anything in high quantities will hurt you. Well, no shit. Even water. Yeah, and oxygen. That's what hyperventilation is. You're poisoning yourself with oxygen. Fluoride is fine. I like how they put that together. Fluoride is fine. Why are they wearing the gear? Like, legitimately, why are they wearing this gear if it's fine? And for everything else, why are they wearing hazmat gear? Like, these kinds of people like this and this, they don't think. They just react. They're just like, nah, it's fine. You know why? Because the experts told us it is. Yet they're the ones who are literally wearing suits because they know how toxic it is. And again, you're literally, the entire objective was to poison an invasive species of fish to kill them in order to apparently not kill and somehow help the other species of fish in the river, specifically the native ones, and most specifically the Atlantic salmon. Because that makes total sense, right? That totally doesn't contradict itself. Because after all, 100% guaranteed, if you put tons of poison into a water supply intentionally to kill one species of fish, it wouldn't dare touch any other species of fish, especially if you specifically tell it that you're there to help that species. It won't touch that species and won't poison them. They'll be actually healthier for it. Because that seems to be the logic that they think that they're using, which I say think because obviously it's not logical now, is it? And I feel like this is probably smallmouth bass, actually. I bet. Because they're going nuts just about everywhere that they've been introduced all of a sudden in the last few years. Ugh, I hate that. Look at this. The humans were there to stage an aquatic rescue mission ahead of a bold intervention. It's meant to set nature's course right again. You know what sets nature right again? Itself. You know what fucks it up further? Human beings. You know what fucked it over in the first place? Humans. Yeah, like usual. Every one of our interventions is a negative. It always ends up long-term having a massively negative impact, especially when it's a bold intervention to save something. We always fuck it up. We always make it worse. It is an absolutely terrible concept. So it's fluoride, but they're saying in this case it's renown. So it's probably both. When a poison will be poured into this portion of the river, and almost everything left in the water with gills will die. Because that's conservation at its finest, isn't it? That's restoration at its finest. That's helping nature at its finest by poisoning nature and killing things. Because that is... How dense do you have to be? And how egotistical do you have to be? How unwilling to use your brain, even for a fraction of a second, do you have to be an expert and advocate for this? To be a part of it. And to be like, this makes perfect sense. Oh my god, natural toxin. I'm not so sure about that, but we can look it up. But yeah. I somehow doubt that. And if it's low toxicity, it's still toxic. Even if it isn't actually fluoride. It's still poisoning. And at least they're admitting it, but like, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. I just wanted to call this out because I don't understand it, but there is just an endless swath of complete horseshit and bullshit coming out of Canada. Canada is determined to do everything wrong. They're determined to do all sorts of shit that fucks all the citizens over. But this is the kind of shit that Canada's been obsessed with lately. And I don't, it's beyond comprehension that there's so many people that are willing to defend it and are totally okay with it. It's disturbing. But because of this is the case right now, I just wanted to share it because it's very important. And especially somebody who has my entire life had a deep burning passion. The strongest passion of mine is to be able to do wildland restoration and do it right and become maybe one of the world leaders in it. This is the kind of stuff that makes that passion burn even heavier and stronger and more powerfully and hotter than ever before, because they're absolutely ass backwards beyond words with this kind of shit, and it's detrimental to everything and everybody long term, no matter what the experts in it are telling you, and that's a fact. But you don't have to believe me. Just wanted to share that. There's so few rivers and fisheries like this in the world, and they just have to fucking decimate it further. It's a crazy world.